You enter university, and the loan is set. A loan you will have to pay once you have a job, making the only thing you look forward to is that loan. Hello, my name is Raze, and this is why we should not implement student loans in Indonesia. Students aren't rich, we all know that. And with the system of having students work to repay that loan, that debt, after they graduate, it will have consequences. My first point being, humans are social creatures. Let's say a student, after graduation, works 3 jobs in order to repay that loan. The only thing that is on their mind is that loan. They will ignore friends, families, and their own joy just to repay that debt. And the longer that loan is available for, let's say 10 years, or perhaps even if it didn't take that long to repay, they will not only lose their social life, but they won't have a sense of satisfaction or ownership to what their loan is for, more specifically in their education. Number 2, students aren't rich. In fact, it seems like the majority of Indonesian citizens are in the middle to lower class. If a loan is so good for ensuring that students can pay them when they have a job, yet the saying, the rich keeps getting richer and the poor becomes more poor, will seemingly become more true due to the economic decline in a lot of citizens. How is it that loans are the way to go? This brings me to my third point. Even if a student comes from a rich family, or maybe they don't, then perhaps the parents to said students will help pay that loan. We are supposed to let our parents rest when they are older, so this loan is not only burdening students, but also the parents of students. They are old and retired and they shouldn't need to worry about money anymore. Number 4, social judgment. If someone is known to have a student loan, they may be judged for their financial situation. Even though we know that judgment is not morally okay, in the end of the day, we can't stop anyone from judging. That will not only hurt someone emotionally, but it will also ultimately make them double think and regret, which may end in giving up and developing mental illness. Number 5, jobs in Indonesia may not pay enough to cover loans. The price of schools or universities are really expensive. Even some jobs that took universities to get into may only pay minimum wage. Hence, why I mentioned in my first reasoning, people may take on multiple jobs just to get by, stripping away their chances to be social and overworking themselves, which may lead to physical or mental illness. And besides, when you have a job, the only thing you have to pay for is not student loans. You need to pay for living, for food, for clothes, for your house, and there are so much more. With the financial situation in Indonesia, student loans should not be adapted. If a person were to fail to pay the loan, then legal action may or may not be taken, or they would simply just go into debt. It's why a lot of people now quit studying entirely just so they could work, as the realization of having to apply for a loan would be just as hard to pay. Some people may also get fired from the job that were helping them with the loan. And that is something out of their control. We need to be social. We aren't billionaires at birth. Our parents need to take it easy. People will judge, and jobs don't pay enough. With all these evidence, why must we adapt student loans? We've seen representation in American movies of how all the poor kids apply for loan and end up poor regardless of their hard work. Do we want our country, our future generation of leaders, to fail before they even had the chance to get to the top? Absolutely not. This is for our future. If only everyone, poor or rich, were given the same chance to study and work, then such social issues wouldn't be a thing at all. And what if the person with the loan dies before the loan has been paid? What happens then? Will their debt be handed to their loved ones, and they just die with a debt that they couldn't fulfill, and they die with regrets? As I mentioned, we see what it does. We have evidence in movies and shows. I choose not to be ignorant of our current society's problems. So I hope you will choose to not be ignorant too.